Millionaires are moving countries more than ever before, not just for weather, taxes, or even quality of life. Something much more profound is happening, and almost no one is talking about it. Today, we'll show you the four types of countries based on how they treat their wealthy residents, and how that treatment determines which nations rise and which abruptly or quietly decline. Every year, hundreds of thousands of millionaires relocate from one country to another. When they move, they take capital, companies, jobs, innovation, and economic opportunity with them. So when certain countries lose rich people, like the UK, China, or Norway, they don't just lose tax revenue, they lose their futures. And when it comes to how a country attracts or repels wealth, every country falls into one of these four categories. Category 1: countries that actively court wealth. These countries openly compete to attract the rich, their talent, their capital, and all that comes with it. Examples: United Arab Emirates, Gibraltar, Greece, Italy, Monaco, Singapore, Switzerland, several Caribbean and Pacific island states. They design policies specifically to pull in capital from all around the world, like investor residency and citizenship programs, predictable tax rules, simple compliance, pro-business environments, and respect for private wealth. With these policies, they communicate a clear message to the world. If you bring value, you're welcome here. And it works. Capital flows into Switzerland, new industries emerge in the UAE, employment rises in Singapore, quality of life increases. These are countries that treat wealth as a value creating force, not as a demonic one that must be exorcised. Category 2: countries that attract wealth without even trying. These countries don't aggressively court wealth, but they attract it naturally because of strong institutions, reputations, and prestige. Think Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and the United States. Their economic and cultural brand does the work, and investors, high net worth individuals, and job creators generally see them as safe, stable, and full of opportunity. But there's a warning here. If the cultural or political tone shifts from opportunity to resentment, these countries can slip into a very different category quickly, and we're already seeing signs of this happening. Category 3: countries losing wealth for structural reasons. These countries aren't exactly trying to push wealth away, but they're struggling with complex and inflexible conditions that make wealth feel insecure. Examples include Brazil, China, India, Russia, and South Africa. What makes these countries lose wealth for structural reasons? It's institutional instability, weak property rights, politically motivated asset seizures, censorship, capital controls, currency volatility, unpredictable policy, and low trust environments. Investors and the wealthy are extremely sensitive to uncertainty. When the rules feel unclear or suddenly malleable, they simply move their capital somewhere it feels more safe. And once human and financial capital starts leaving these countries, it's extremely hard to reverse and or replace. Category 4: countries that actively repel wealth. These countries are wealthy, but politically or culturally hostile toward people who are financially successful. Countries that ring a bell include France, the Netherlands, Norway, and the United Kingdom. These countries often punish wealth with aggressive tax policy, frame success as exploitation, and encourage resentment based populism. They send a different message than the previous three categories of countries. And that message is: if you succeed, you owe more, and you should be apologetic about your success. Most rich investors, high net worth individuals, and entrepreneurs do not argue with this message. They simply leave, quietly, without drama, permanently. And once they leave, the country experiences lower innovation, lower growth, a shrinking tax base, and more political anger. It's a self reinforcing spiral. So now that you know these four types of countries based on how they treat wealth, in what environment do you live? Is it a category 1, 2, 3, or 4 country? Would you be freer and richer if you moved to another country that treats your wealth better? Where you live matters, not just culturally, but economically. Never assume that where you're from is where you belong. Today, you can live in one country, incorporate in another, bank in a third, invest in a fourth, and hold citizenship in a fifth. To find the right country for you, check out the IMI program pages where investors, entrepreneurs, and their families research more than 250 residency and citizenship programs worldwide. Then, connect with an experienced IMI professional who can help you plan for, invest in, and or relocate to your next home country.